Your eyes not only watch me, but they also see what I long to become. The way you look at me makes me feel like we're sharing secrets without speaking. Stop looking at me like that, or you might just see how much I crave your gaze. Your eyes are like hooks, capturing and holding me in a spell I don't want to break. Every time you look at me, you make me feel like I'm the center of your universe, even if just for a moment. Your gaze holds a promise of the stories you want to tell, and I'm listening with every part of me. That look, it's like you know every secret I've tried to hide, every truth I've tried to bury. When you look at me that way, it's like a spark that could ignite 1,000 dreams. Your eyes, they speak of adventures yet to be had and stories yet to be told. It's unsettling how your gaze makes me feel seen and vulnerable, yet I find comfort there too. The intensity of your look tells me you're not just looking, but also seeing all of me. Your eyes are like whispers in the night, saying everything I need to hear without a word. That penetrating gaze of yours, it's a maze I don't mind losing myself in. Why does it feel like your eyes are the only place where I can find truth? You look at me with such a fierce intensity. It's as if you're willing me to see my own strength. Your gaze is like gravity, pulling me closer with an invisible force that's impossible to resist. Every time you look at me, it's like a silent conversation that speaks volumes. The way your eyes linger on me, it's like they're trying to memorize who I am. When you look at me, it's as if you're seeing me for the first time, every time. Your stare is a riddle, filled with clues I spend days trying to decipher. It's a dangerous game, the way your gaze dives deep into the essence of who I am. That look you give, it's a mix of mystery, magic, and mayhem, all swirling in your eyes. You look at me, and suddenly, it's like all the chaos around us quiets to a whisper. Why does your gaze feel like a challenge, a plea, and a gift all at once? Every glance from you chips away at my defenses, exposing my most guarded secrets. Your eyes tell a story of longing, of searching, of finding something in me I didn't know was lost. That look, it's like a spark that's ready to set off an explosion in my heart. Your gaze is both a sanctuary and a battlefield, and I'm caught in the crossfire. When you look at me that way, it's like we're the only two people in the world. Your eyes, they don't just look, they explore, they challenge, they comfort. It's terrifying and thrilling, the way your gaze seems to see right through me. The way you look at me, it's like you're peeling back the curtains to my soul. Your gaze, it's a brushstroke painting emotions on a canvas only you can see. Why do your eyes follow me like a beacon in the night guiding me home? Every time you look at me, you unveil a new layer I didn't know existed. That look you have, it's like a secret handshake, a silent understanding that speaks louder than words. Your stare is a melody, each glance a note that resonates deep within my soul. It's like your eyes are searching for something in me. I hope you find what you're looking for. With just a look, you unravel me and then stitch me back together, stronger than before. Your gaze is a puzzle, and I find myself wanting to be the solution. Why does it feel like every time you look at me, we're having a conversation without words? You look at me, and it's like a door opens to possibilities I never dared to dream of. Your eyes, they don't just capture me, they captivate everything I am. It's a silent storm, the way your gaze sweeps over me, leaving my thoughts scattered and my heart unguarded. When you look at me like that, it's not just my attention you capture, it's my entire being. Your eyes, so full of unspoken tales, draw me into depths I never knew existed. That look, it's a whisper of the wild, a beckoning to the untamed parts of my heart. Each time your eyes meet mine, it's as if you're stitching a new thread into the tapestry of my life. Your gaze is a lighthouse in the tumult of my existence, guiding me through the storm. Why do you look at me as if I'm the answer to questions you've never asked? Your look is a dare, a challenge to step up and meet the intensity of your silent call. Every glance you cast my way is like a verse in a poem dedicated to the moments we share. It's like your eyes have the power to stop time, capturing this moment, this feeling forever. You look at me, and it's as though you're handing me the keys to your deepest vaults. That intense look, it feels like you're trying to solve the mysteries of my heart. Your gaze is like a map, and every look you give charts a path deeper into your world. It's unsettling yet exhilarating how your eyes seem to hold a conversation all their own. Stop looking at me like that. It's like you're peering right into my soul, setting it ablaze with just one glance. Every time you look at me that way, it feels like the world stops, leaving just you and me in a silent dance. Your gaze has the power to unravel me, stitch by delicate stitch, until I'm nothing but raw emotion. There's a fire in your eyes that could melt the coldest hearts. Mine is already liquefying. When you look at me like that, I feel every wall I've built around my heart start to crumble. Your eyes whisper secrets you never say out loud, and it's driving me mad not knowing. That look you give me, It's like a spark that threatens to ignite a wild inferno within me. You gaze at me with such intensity. It feels like you're trying to communicate your deepest desires telepathically. Each time your eyes meet mine, it's as if you're daring me to read your mind. Are you brave enough to let me try? Why do you look at me like I'm the only one here? It's as if your eyes carve out a space just for us. The way you look at me makes me feel like I'm the most important person in your universe. With just one look, you lay all my fears to rest and awaken all my dreams. Your stare disrupts my composure, weaving chaos with my carefully laid plans. When you look at me that way, it's like every fantasy I've dared to dream suddenly seems possible. You don't just look at me, you see through me, reading the pages of my story no one else has bothered to understand. Your eyes, so deep and consuming, make me want to lose myself in them forever. That wild look in your eyes, do you know the kind of madness it stirs in me? Stop looking at me with those eyes that seem to strip away every layer of protection I have. You look at me like you know all my secrets, and it's terrifying yet thrilling all at once. Every glance from you is like a spark that sets my blood on fire. When our eyes lock, the world fades away. It's just your gaze burning into mine, too intense to break. Your look is a challenge, a question, and an invitation all at once. Do I dare respond? You manage to say so much without a word, just by the way you look at me. That gaze of yours, it's like it can touch me without any physical contact at all. You're looking at me like you're about to unravel all of my mysteries. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Your intense gaze feels like a spotlight, highlighting parts of me I never knew existed. Why do you look at me as if you're both the storm and the shelter? Your eyes have a language of their own, speaking of things your lips never dare to. When you give me that look, my heart skips not one but 100 beats. It's unsettling how your gaze seems to penetrate right through the facade I show the world. Each time you look at me, I feel exposed, vulnerable, yet completely seen. There's something in your look that whispers of danger and promises of safety all at once. Stop looking at me like that. It's like your eyes are fingers, touching my soul delicately and deeply. With just one glance, you make my heart feel like it's caught in a tempest of your making. The way you look at me, it's as if you're peeling back the layers of my life, eager to see what's beneath. Is it only me, or does the entire room fade into a blur when you look at me? Your gaze is an arrow, sharp and precise, piercing right through me. That look you have, It's like you could start and stop wars with just your eyes. Your eyes, they don't just captivate, they liberate me from my own restraints. When you look at me like that, it feels as though you're challenging every certainty I've ever had. Your look sends a shiver down my spine, stirring a storm within my calm. It's like your eyes are magnets, and every time you look at me, I'm powerless to resist the pull. Do you know how unsettling it is, the way you see through every defense I put up? When you look at me, I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something wild and unknown. There's a boldness in your eyes that makes me want to confront my deepest fears. That look you give, it's like you're daring me to cross lines I never even drew. With each look, you unravel the complexities of my heart, exposing desires I've hidden from even myself. Why do your eyes follow me like shadows, haunting and comforting all at once? That intense gaze of yours, it could either be my undoing or my awakening. You look at me like you're both the question and the answer. Every time you look at me that way, it's as if you're holding a mirror up to my soul. There's a story in your eyes that seems to include me, even if I've never heard it. That look, it's a mix of mystery and revelation, pulling me deeper into your world. Why does it feel like your gaze can touch parts of me that hands have never explored? You look at me as if you're writing a poem, each glance a line, every stare a verse.